YouTubers, Budzilla here. I wanted to make another quick video. I made a video of the simple functioning of a potentiometer, and it was a big hit. And I think for those of us who know electronics, these seem like very menial things. However, at one time, we didn't know it either. Somebody had to teach us. So this is another simple video to explain how a switch works. And you can get into dual pole, dual throw, single pole, single throw switches. This is a simple how a switch works, and this is always the case. This is always how a switch works. All switches work this way at some level. So what I have in front of us here is a piece of wire, okay? And we're just going to pretend that this wire is, going to something. We'll say at this end, over at where this goes here, there's a light, and over here is our battery. So that's our source. All a switch does, when you connect a switch, you have two. For this one, you have two connectors there. When you if I connect one to here, oops, if I connect one to this guy, it's hard to see here, and I connect one to this other guy. So now I have one connected to this side and one connected to this side, right, like this. When I hit this switch, all that's doing is this. Putting those two wires, these two red wires, together. So it just completed that circuit. That is all a switch does. That's what every switch does. Now, when it's a good habit to get into always switching the hot side. So this is a DC. This wire is DC. DC coloring is a little different than AC. Black on DC is always ground, and red is always positive. With DC, you could switch the black. It really isn't imperative, but it's a good habit to get into always switching the positive. And the reason for that is if you're doing AC wiring, with AC wiring, your hot, your positive, would be black. Your common would be white, and then your ground is green. You would always have your switch on the positive, which doesn't seem to make sense, but the science behind that is, in AC wiring, a lot of times you'll have, past this switch, you may have other outlets or whatever, outlets or other switches, or and if you switched the ground, when you turn this switch off, you now just removed your redundant ground from all of your outlets. So it's not a safe practice. So it's just a good idea to always have your switch switching the positive. If there's a situation, I can't think of one right now, but if there's a situation where you would need to switch the negative, you could do it on DC. Again, DC isn't, it's low voltage, like your car or something like that, but it wouldn't be so imperative. Usually a DC circuit is a one, it feeds one thing. It's not a daisy chain like AC in a home works. You have an outlet here that feeds this outlet, that feeds this outlet, that feeds this outlet, all from one power source, which, remember, over here is our power source, and this would be feeding the light. So that's all. No need to complicate it anymore. So when you put a switch in line, you don't put the red here and the black here. It's always going to be just one wire, the red here and the red here. When you turn the switch, you just basically connected the reds. That's it. Hope you enjoyed this video. Any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section. I answer all questions, and I answer them, without making anyone feel stupid. Because, like I said, everyone starts somewhere. I had to learn this at one time, and anyone who looks at this video and says, that duh, it's simple, they had to learn somewhere as well. So hopefully this helps you out. And again, any questions, please leave them below. Thanks.